All right, y'all, before we get started, if you hadn't had a chance to go check out the video of me talking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, on me talking about how he could possibly be the best scorer slash player that the Oklahoma City slash Supersonics has ever had, go check that video out. But to this video, I like what I'm seeing when it comes to Uncle Shannon approach with this show, in particularly how he handles Chad Ocho. Like I can actually see growth with Ocho Cinco. I can see Uncle being more patient. Uncle's not always trying to interject with his thoughts to overshadow Ocho Cinco. Because obviously when it comes to the ability of preparation, the ability to articulate themselves, we know that Uncle is going to be able to express his thoughts better than Ocho Cinco every single time. And that's fine. But this is the thing. For the morale of their dynamic, I think it's imperative that he allows Ocho Cinco to speak certain points and just, yep, you're right. That was great. And go into something else. Now, if it's something like way out of line where Uncle's like, no, I can't let Ocho just say that and not follow up behind that, then that's fine. You know, you come in to help out. That's what you're supposed to do. But in a lot of cases, I'm starting to see that he will let Ocho express himself. He'll ask him a question. Ocho will express or articulate his points as best as he can, and then Uncle will let that point stand. Like I said, to me, that's a great strategy. Another thing I noticed, I'm not watching this show as much as a lot of y'all, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I see that it feels like he approaching the shows with a lot more patience, right? Because the one thing you can't do as a grown man, I don't care how much older you are than the other grown man, you can't chew them out in public. You just can't. Even if that person was in the wrong, you wait till y'all get behind closed doors and you say, come on, bro. Like, come on. Like, we can't be doing that. You see what I mean? You can't throw a fit on someone on live TV. And I know it's old. I know that's old news. I'm just making a point. So going back to what I was saying, and please forgive me if I'm not articulating my points as good as I would like to. But going back to what I was saying with Shannon Sharpe and Ocho, I think based off the show now, I don't know what happens behind closed doors. I'm pretty sure Shannon, in a very assertive but a very respectful way, not to be overbearing on Ocho, I'm pretty sure he's having those conversations too. Like, bro, you ain't gotta be perfect, but let's just make sure we're doing our studying, and then also in return, for you to be great on TV going down the road, you want to have that mindset of being prepared, making sure you do your homework on the things that we're talking about. I'm pretty sure they've always had that conversation, but probably more so now. But like I said, I do love the patience that he's showing. I do love that he's allowing Chad Ocho to articulate his points, and then he's not trying to overshadow his points with a better explanation. And then I remember watching a video on them. This was not even a week ago. They were like, let Ocho speak. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, what are they talking about? What, am I missing something here? He's letting Ocho speak. Not saying there's not shows that you can point out where he hasn't let Ocho speak, but I noticed that a lot of people get mad about that. And I think that happened. I think that's for a reason, personally. This is just my personal opinion. I think that when Uncle feels that he knows, because they're around each other all the time, and Uncle knows, just based off him being a professional when it comes to being on TV, when it comes to speaking live and all that. I'm pretty sure when he's listening to Ocho, he knows when to just let him ride and let that point stay where it's at and not try to make it sound better. And I believe he knows when, oh, he's going into deep waters and it's probably not going to end well. Then that's when he has to interject himself. And I believe that's what's going on. And then Uncle may be a natural talker as well. He may just be a guy that likes to talk a lot. You know what I mean? But based off the things that I've observed, this new approach when it comes to just being patient, allowing Ocho to speak his points and let the old points stay where they're at. I really like what I'm seeing. I think that this show has opportunity to be one of the greatest podcasts of all time because both guys are totally on the other ends of the spectrum. Unc is very militant in a sense. Ocho is more like la di da di da. Unc seems more uptight. Ocho seems like somebody that's like, bro, let's go get a beer. You know what I mean? They got you gotta be uptight and you gotta be militant to have a show that's organized. You gotta have that. If you don't have someone who has the ability to write, that has the ability to study like they're supposed to have the ability to make sure everybody's doing their job, the show's not going nowhere. You got to be more militant than fun. Period. In the story. But Ocho brings in that fun, down to earth energy that a lot of people will like. So I think both personalities are needed. You can't have both guys acting like Unc. You definitely can't have both guys acting like Ocho. So yeah, man, that's my thoughts on it. I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video. I think this is just kind of a rant on me just ranting. Anyways, man, y'all tell me how y'all feeling. And into the next video.